This is how I went from a completely lost 17-year-old on about £600 a week in an IT apprenticeship to then making over 50k a month with remote sales, traveling the world, living with my friends and only working in my dream clients, all in just 1 year. So if you don't already know me, my name's Ollie. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal the exact system I used to build my dream life and help dozens of others do the same, all by typing messages on the phone. But before I walk you through the exact process, let me show you some of the results that I've generated for myself in less than a year. So 50k in a single month, working remotely, moved from the UK to Thailand, gone out to South America. Now we're back in Europe, we're out here in Greece with some of the clients. So helping dozens of other clients hit their first 2 to 10k months. Because I share this lifestyle online, I get asked this a lot. Hey Ollie, how did you actually go from IT apprentice, making 600 a week, to earning 50k plus a month? Traveling the world, helping others do the same without having to slave away for a boss you hate, or being limited by these external factors like 99% of the rest of the UK. So I opened my mentorship. I took a few guys in, and these are some of the results we were able to generate for clients in the first 3 months or less. So Henry went from an Amazon delivery driver to 5k a month. Finn went from working 12-hour days in construction to also 5k a month. You have Jamie, who went from working in a management job to making 10k in 30 days. And then you have Yanis, who went from working also an IT apprenticeship like myself to making 8k a month. Now, obviously screenshots are just screenshots, so I want you to listen to what they actually have to say about working with me.
Did on a 5k I think, and this month I'm set to do just quite a bit over that. Not to mention that I only started appointment setting 2 months ago.
I've landed a good role, 2.5k base pay on top of, the commission that I can be earning. So, you're not capped. In the 9 to 5 I was doing before construction, there was always going to be a level what I could earn. I wasn't happy with that.
This month, again, has been my biggest month. I've hit 150k cash collected just this month alone. And we've still got, I think a week and a bit left. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see the biggest month so far.
My first month, I managed to bring in 1k USD, and now this month I'm just about to make 2.2k USD, all whilst also doing my degree apprenticeship.
But it wasn't always like that. See, all through school I was a little shit, to be honest. Getting dumb grades, I was predicted the top marks, but ended up getting kicked out of classes, getting suspended, messing around, all because I knew that this just wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't fulfilling, it wasn't my purpose, and I was, because of that, saw no return from the time that I was putting into school. Didn't get me what I really wanted. So months of me arguing with my parents, feeling purposeless, finally led to me actually dropping out of school. So now at 17, dropped out, landed an IT apprenticeship. I thought I was doing the smart thing, working this stable 9 to 5 job, making the 600 a week. But I was doing lots of overtime, staying in these budget hotels. It was safe, it was predictable, but it was soul killing. Because I always knew still I was worth more, and I didn't want to just be this pawn in someone else's game. So after another 2 years, this was really eating away at me. Every day felt like a drag. Wake up, commute, work, gym, dinner, Xbox, bed, repeat, right? I knew I wanted this more. I just didn't know what this more looked like yet. I dabbled in drop shipping, like trading, but nothing stuck. Loads of other things. Then I discovered remote sales, specifically appointment setting. It didn't require any experience, knowledge, or specific qualifications. All of this all these online fitness coaches you see day in, day out, they can be making up to millions a month online. This applies for every coach, to be honest, no matter the niche. So there are thousands of them. You see them all the time on Instagram. And what's interesting is the coaching market is projected to grow from where it was at in 2022, 3.2 billion, to then by 2032, 12 billion. So you can see this market is growing. There's a lot of opportunity because these coaches, they don't have a lot of time to engage, reach out to the leads, so engaging in their content. They know this, yeah, and they know this is losing them stupid amounts of money daily. So they would much rather get in an appointment setter and pay them a commission. You are then the middleman in between like the prospects and the actual business's cash. So every sale, you can earn 5 to 15% commissions on these deals, ranging from 1k all the way up to like 50k plus deals, like even more, right? So that means if a deal closes for 5k, you can make £500 just like that, sending messages on your phone. You're connecting with people, starting real conversations, booking qualified calls for the online businesses. Sales are sales, it just makes sense, and the market is growing rapidly. All I did was invest in myself, which was something I'd never done before. So I just had to get out of that comfort zone to take this step. Within my first few weeks, I made a few hundred. You can see here are the results coming in. This was really a breath of fresh air because I had real cash coming straight into my bank account. Within my first 4 months, I was making 2 to 5k a month consistently. This then allowed me to make the biggest change yet when I went and quit my 9 to 5 to go all in. From there, I started training other setters one-to-one, coached for multiple appointment setting programs, booked a flight to Bali, left everything behind me, really went all in, invested over 10k into then learning closing, scaling, so I could work with bigger clients, just earning higher commissions. I started taking closing calls for many online businesses, just learning extraordinary amounts. You know, you're in these businesses that are doing all of this money. There's so much to learn. You see how it all works, you know, in such a small amount of time. I was learning more in months than I had in years of school or working a 9 to 5. I spent 3 months in Thailand. I spent 3 months in South America, but something wasn't right. The more I grew, the more I realized something. There were loads of people wanting to break into appointment setting, but almost every program out there was just a bunch of pre-recorded videos, you know, no real accountability at all. Just a bunch of group calls with coaches that didn't actually have real experiences themselves. So I built something very different. Real hands-on, results-driven mentorship that delivers exactly what I wish I actually had when I started. At first, I was trying to sign clients for 1k, but you know, I felt stuck because some of these clients just weren't committed at all. So over time, this actually resulted in poor client results, and I was left with no leverage in such a competitive market that it is today. So I wanted to build something people can actually go and put their all into, where they know it's going to work out. So I decided to pivot and spend all my time on focus on creating the most personalized exclusive offer in the market. That's simply a no-brainer when it comes to making this money from your phone. Now, it's not just me, because you'll also work with Andrew, our phone setting coach. He's done the 5 to 8k months, worked with huge clients like Charlie Johnson. You can search him on Instagram, does millions a month. Done closing, he's lived in Thailand and Brazil, and now he's living in Greece with me. There's also Ethan, my business partner. He's got real deep connections in the space. He manages setters, places them in high paying roles. He's just a DM setting expert, right? He's worked with clients that have 3 million plus followers doing millions a month. Now, when you join, here's what you're actually getting. Our promise is that you will make 3k in 3 months, or we will actually work with you until you do. So daily group calls, so you're covered no matter what your time zone or schedule is. Unlimited one-to-one calls every week, which honestly, like, take it from me, is something you won't find a lot. So these are booked at your convenience. You get the calendar and you just find the time that works for you, with both DM setting, phone setting experts, myself, other boys that are doing the coaching. So monthly guest speaker calls from top sales pros, killer entrepreneurs, a massive training library of all the modules that are all videos, breaking down like sales, call recordings, the scripts, the actual roadmap, everything customized for you. Now we have progress tracking systems, so we can spot the bottlenecks and instantly fix them, put something in place to make sure we're always hitting our goal, moving forward, making that money. RGS role placements into these online businesses, like I mentioned with Ethan, right? Same as myself, we have all of these connections in the space. So people come to us and ask for appointment setters that we can plug straight into their businesses. Sometimes we'll even manage that ourselves. This isn't, you know, just one of them courses where you come in, you watch the videos and just hope that everything just suddenly lands on a plate for you. It's not that kind of mentorship. We're in the trenches with you until you hit these numbers. I know exactly what it's like to feel stuck, you know, wondering if making money online is even possible in the first place. So that's why we built this mentorship, so that you're never left guessing. You have this conviction, you're not wasting time, you're never doing this alone, you don't have to have that doubt holding you back. This means you can focus on the input without the doubt or fear. We're here to work with you until you really do hit your goals. So if you're ready to break into remote sales with a proven system, get hands-on coaching from people who have actually done it, make your first 3 to 10k a month online without relying on a huge following or having to start your own business from scratch, click the button, sign up to see if it actually makes sense for you, well, for us to work together. And if you're actually on the fence about this, you know, and you're not too sure because, you know, making this shift will change your life. So if you're on this fence, then, you know, it's probably not for you, because everything's going to change. This is a massive thing to take on because there's massive upside potential. So it's going to change your life in ways you can never imagine. And I only want to talk to people who are actually going to go in and make this work no matter what. So if that's you, click the button and let's see if it makes sense to work together.